Hello, world. Hello, America. Ooh, my name, I'm just Carcino. And let's talk some boxing. Now, Errol Spence Jr. has terrorized the boxing world. How? I have no idea. Errol Spence is a very good fighter. Don't. He's very smart when he's in the ring. But he's only been in one big fight, period. One big event. That's it. I mean, he fought Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson that's pretty long in the tooth and ready to go. And from the offset, slow. Now, here's the thing about Errol that's really good. Errol is smart and he uses his size. He knows he's a big, strong fighter. Like he's really should be fighting at 154. But does he have the chin for it? He's proven that you can rock him a couple of times. He's been rocked a couple of times in lesser fights. But Lamont Peterson's style, he's been in too many wars and it took a toll on him. So about time he fought Lamont Peterson, who's not known for any power whatsoever, who just wears you down with attrition and coming forward and grinding and breaking breaks. Getting into a war every time you fight is not normally beneficial to you. And as you can tell from these later fights that he had, you've seen the results of that. We've seen Crawford hurt once in a fight by Gamboa, and he was just buzzed back when he fought at what 130 pounds. Since then, Terence Crawford is at 147 pounds. We've seen Errol hurt at his weight class. He wasn't at a smaller weight as the reason he got buzzed. We've seen Canelo get buzzed when he was at 147. And they had to move him up from 147 to 154 right away because he couldn't make the weight and it was killing him. Boom, boom, boom. Let you see that Bears pride with the coolest Bears hat you've ever seen. Coolest Bears hat you ever seen. I'm hoping he's fighting Danny Jacobs. It's the only fight that makes sense. Let's get it done. So anyway, Tank doing his usual, taking up for Errol, saying Errol would beat Terence Crawford easy. I think he'll beat Crawford. Crawford was like, look, dude, you're gonna get punched in the mouth. Nobody beating me. Nobody. Now, here's the problem. Errol has never faced anybody to really challenge him and bring out his skill. It's no attest to Errol. Errol's just doing his job. But Terence Crawford is a southpaw like Errol. Errol's a pure southpaw, which means his right hook is not really strong. I mean, it's not really developed. He has a great jab to the body and he's strong. His strength is his defense. I think he's better defensively than Terence Crawford. But we've never seen him face anybody like Terence to bring that out in him. Could it be the next mega pay-per-view? Who is Bud Crawford fought? That is amazing. How people memories are bad. Everybody's counting out Bud Crawford. They said Bud, he can't win because Bud Crawford came up from, he used to be 130 pounds and now he's at 147. Oh no, he can't win. He can't win. Yeah, 35. He came from 135. He can't win. He too small. Uh-oh, Saquon, is he gonna make the touchdown? He's going all the way to the 15. He got caught. He just had a 70-yard run. Our fantasy football is over. I finished fifth because of a substitutional error. But let me get to it. They might be stupid enough to go back to him on a 70-yard run. The guy just run 70 yards. You still got him in the game, and you finna hand him the ball again. Yes, they did. Jesus. No, that ain't him. Thank God they did take him out. Finna say, this is the dumbest coaching I've ever seen. Right, you gotta let him get a blow. But here's things. You ever heard of a guy named Floyd Mayweather who came from 130, 135, 140, and 147? You know what they said about Floyd? He too small. He can't beat Bowler. He too small. He's fighting all these small welterweights because he can't fight the big guys. He's too small. And see, Terrence is a switch hitter, but he is a southpaw as well. He fights in the southpaw stand. He fights in a southpaw stance. I don't know. He beat the guy that beat Manny Pacquiao, Jeff Horn. Made a. Do I think Errol would have beat Jeff Horn? Absolutely. But it was the way he beat Jeff Horn. He beat Jeff Horn a variation of different ways. You can hit Terence, but Terence got more dog in him, I think, than Errol. Errol got some dog in him, but he still think that Terence Crawford is a little light because of the appearance. Terence Crawford can hit, and he's a better puncher to the body, I think, than Errol. Even though Errol punched to the body, Errol throws everything hard. Errol throws everything with conviction, real hard to the body. He shoots everything low, real hard. He comes right in, shoots it right to the body. Boom! Errol, I mean, Terence throws everything with perfection. It's either and it's sharp, sharp and hard, beats hard every day. Now I'm not saying Errol isn't sharp at times, but it takes him some time to get into the fight, to get sharp, to get his wits around him, figure the guy out. Errol has good defense. It would be a great fight for boxing. Don't think it wouldn't. Terence down the stretch, I think will rake him. He makes adjustments. He throws different variations than Errol. I see much more in the tank from Terence Crawford than I do Errol Spence. People think I hate Errol Spence because I picked Kell Brook to beat him. Kell Brook would have beat him had he was able to make weight, but it was clear the weight loss killed Kell Brook. He could no longer fight past 5, 6 rounds. Plus, Errol knew that, and they were smartly attacking Kell's body. Now, moving forward, I'll bet the house on Terence Crawford. That's how confident I am in him beating Errol Spence. He beat Errol. Errol will know he's been beat. It will be on the line, Dion. All of it. You say it's gonna be a sad night. I don't see how. So you say there's no way he can win, right? Y'all, that's what you're saying, right? That there's no way Terence Crawford can beat or be in the same category as like I don't get what you're trying to say here. Well, it's not fair to judge their opponents because Terrence come from 135. Errol Spence has been fighting at 140. So what are you talking about? Before he fought Kell Brook, he had fought and faced nobody really. He was like, "I beat Chris Algieri." We like Chris Algieri. That's what we like, Chris Algieri. You know, he's a nice guy and all, but Chris Algieri, really? I'll take credit and credit alone because before anybody even mentioned Terence Crawford's name, I made the article, I made the video saying Terence Crawford will be pound for pound the greatest fighter in the game once Floyd is gone. He'd be number one. Nobody's gonna beat him. They can't. They haven't figured it out yet. You guys haven't. Nobody's figured it out. I know you guys mean well. You guys really truly believe in Errol Spence. And that's cool. But in this PBC tournament, we've yet to see these guys face off because Keith Thurman hasn't been there. We haven't seen Errol fight Sean Porter or Danny Garcia or none of those guys there. When is he going to do something? That's all I'm saying. Am I wrong for asking for that? I don't think so. And you don't forget, you guys can donate to the page. You can click the link in the description box. Yes, I will send it in here. Bruh, man, I'd like to thank you for your donation to the page. Much blessings and support to you for the new year. Hard to fight them when they're ducking. Well, that's easy to say, but I haven't seen any ducking. So Jose Benavidez Jr. just fought. He was undefeated, but when he was healthy, Errol Spence never fought him. Julius Ndongo was undefeated. Nobody ever beaten him, and he was the world champion. He knocked him out. Jeff Horn, he was stopped. He was undefeated. He had just beaten Manny Pacquiao. Benavidez Jr. got stopped in the last round with like 6 seconds left. John Molina Jr., his introduction to the big time. Y'all got John Molina Jr. on the PBC, right? He got stopped. And y'all still putting John Molina Jr. in some fights on the PBC. Felix Diaz, the Olympic superstar. He was 19-1. Got stopped. Henry Lundy, better known as Hank. Victor Postal was the boogeyman, undefeated. Everybody paid money to duck him, from Danny Garcia to everybody at 140. The boogeyman beat Lucas the Machine Mortiz. And what happened? What did Victor Postal do to him? Nothing. He won a unanimous decision as Postal stayed away. But everybody wants to talk about people's past. And we could do that all day over here. Sorry, I just watched Saquon Barkley just make an example, an ESPN highlight out of the Heath of the Dallas Cowboys. He just got stiff. And look at that. Heath was coming like a bullet. He was trying to make up for being embarrassed. Yeah. Like, it's a good thing you didn't catch that ball. That gonna get you killed. I mean, Eli gonna get you killed out here. Okay. Do anyone know any of Errol Spence opponents? Let's go down the list. Carlos Ocampo. That was Errol Spence's last fight. Errol Spence's last fight is a year ago. It's almost a year ago. He fought a compo back in what, June? He fought a compo back in June. That's one time. He fought Lamont Peterson in January, and then in June, he fought Carlos Ocampo, and he ain't fighting again until March. Look how long he been out the ring. Who in the hell is Carlos Ocampo? Oh, he was 22-0. They dug him up out the grave. Lamont Peterson past his prime, but okay. He beat up on Peterson after Kell Brook. Before that, he fought Leonard Bundu, who's a tough fight. I'll give Bundu that. He's a tough fight. He wasn't gonna win, but he's tough. He was 33-1. He was good. Chris Algieri, no. Alejandro Barrera, no. Chris Van Herden from Canada. Philip Logreco, no. Sammy Vargas, Sammy got heart. Francisco Javier Castro, no. Sorry, buddy. It's time to stack up these resumes. Now, he's fighting Mikey Garcia, somebody who's jumping 2 weight classes to come fight him. But he did win a belt at 140 before immediately going back down. If anybody watched that fight that he had at 140 in which he won the title, I implore you to go and watch that fight again. Mikey Garcia had the toughest fight of his boxing career that night. He did the same combination over and over again because he was stuck. That guy was too big, and that made him go back down to 35 to fight Robert Easter Jr. Lipnitz was giving him the business. I'm sorry. He knocked him down. Yeah, he knocked Lipnitz down. But when Lipnitz got up, he was giving Mikey Garcia the business. See, that's where you're wrong. You just said that right there. You just made the biggest mistake. Can Bud keep Spence off him? Bud don't want Spence off of him. He wants Spence on him. Bud Crawford will destroy you being chest to chest. Do you even understand that? He want to go body to body with you. Like, come on, let's go. Terence Crawford is a destroyer of worlds. He will tear your body apart. The moment you think you're going to break him down, and they both got good defense, but if they stand toe to toe and bang, you know Terence Crawford has more body shot knockouts than than Errol. Because it's sharp and precise. He don't need distance. See, that's the thing about Terence. He's got more in the tank. He could beat you in a variation of different ways. Errol could only beat you one way. That's it. Errol could only beat you one way. He's not that slick. He's hard to hit, though. He does have but he's not that slick. You can catch Errol, but Errol just wants to outwheel you. He'll out pressure you, apply the pressure, come in, and then just outforce you out of the game. Smother you, get in there and start landing his shots. And his power has always been the determining factor of wearing you down. But with that being said, you can only fight who's in front of you. And then Tank acting like he can do something against Tank. Look, worry about your division. Worry about your division. Because you got your own hell waiting for you in your own division. You ain't even fighting Tevin Farmer. So until you fight Tevin Farmer, you're non-existent right now. Until you do that, I can't even discuss you in a boxing. That just can't even happen. He's not beating Bud. Good. You can lose all your money. I have no problem in taking people's money, especially if you think that Terence Crawford is going to lose to Errol Spence. That's kind of an easy fight for him, to tell you the truth. Nobody has really backed Errol up. If you go back and watch him fight Kell Brook, he was the most scared I've ever seen Errol in his life. He was all off balance. He looked really bad. Do I expect him to beat Mikey Garcia? Hell yeah. Mikey's too small. I've already seen it. Mikey might have some tricks up his sleeves, but this is not anybody you faced before. This is not Lipnitz. He's going to be harder to hit. You're too slow. Your feints are good. You might get some home, but I don't think it's going to be nothing to disturb Errol. Errol's too big for you. Now, the question is, why are they putting him in the ring with Mikey Garcia in the ring with Errol Spence? Me and Floyd Mayweather had this debate. Floyd's not counting Mikey Garcia out. I'm already at 8, 9, 10. I've already counted him out. The count's already started. No, not true, brother. Not true. Everybody wants that smoke with the hero. Terence Crawford wanted the smoke. Terence Crawford wants the smoke. You think Terence Crawford don't want the smoke with Errol? You can see him face to face. He got no fear of Errol. None. Zero. Dude, they could fight at super heavyweight. John Jones will beat the dog snot out of a Doughboy. He whooped him how many times? Twice already? Didn't they fight twice? He cheated the second time. He probably cheated all the times. But style versus style, that's not even a good fight. Doughboy can't beat him. He's too slow. He's too slow. That Greco-Roman style, John Jones is too athletic for Doughboy. He gonna whoop on Doughboy some more, and Doughboy gonna be crying again. I wanted to win. Well, then you should have won then, Doughboy. Do some crunches. I'm like, that's a shame. A dude doing coke and blow and drugs all night can still come in there and whoop your butt. You've been training and eating some veggies and steaks and still a Doughboy. Dana White loved Doughboy though. He loved him some Doughboy. Carcino by knockout. That's who wins. And this guy talking about somebody must have put some coins in my PayPal account. Negative, Johansson. Negative. Shouts out to Pogba right now. I know they taking on. I know they taking on. What's that? Borton mouth or Bournemouth? But Pogba scored. It's 2-0. You know, he's the best player in Premier League. Period. Paul Pogba, best in the world. Shouts out to him. It's 2-0 right now. It was 2-0 back there. He's just unbelievable. Mm. You know how you sleep the wrong way or something, and you get a crook in your neck, and it just don't go away. Okay, so for what we know, Errol Spence fight supposed to have VADA testing. So Errol Spence Jr. trainer Derek James checked in and said he wasn't sure on the testing for the fight, but noted that Errol gets tested for every bout. Any insinuation that Jermell Charlo or Spence skirts the rules and regulations is wrong. We play fair. That's exactly what Derek James has said. So to back up anybody who might have any questions about them not taking tests. But it's funny to me that the brothers who already had natural bodies that you've been seeing their bodies since the amateurs. They've had 6 packs, 12 packs their entire doggone career. You've seen them with their shirts off, and some idiot writing about their nipples. His nipples step out. That's a thing of steroids. That's not necessarily true. Some people have predominantly long nipples. That's just them. Some idiot wrote about that. Errol had to address it in a video, which was the stupidest thing, like in an interview video. And it was, I mean, he felt even stupid having to mention that. That was just dumb. That's the link right there. You click that and you can donate to the page. Or you can click the link in the description box. You know what? I'm going to do something extra. I'm going to see who all donated to the page so far. Go check the dashboard and see what's cracking. What Brooklyn at? What Brooklyn at? What Brooklyn at? See who all has donated to the page. Make sure you leave your email address. What's up, Mr. Sledge? So I'm trying to see it here. How many of y'all believe that Errol Spence can beat Terence Crawford? Now y'all keep that bee in your bonnet. I'll be right back. Because I'm reading the comments. Absolutely. Yes, sir. I want to know who's brave enough. Y'all tell me. Yeah, let's tell it. Yeah, so we were having the debate on the Terence Crawford fight with Errol Spence and the future And the fans, of course, right now, they seem to have other plans at PBC. But what is your take on the fight? On a possible match with Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. If it happens in the future. Right, but from a standpoint of stylistic matchups, I look at it as Terence Crawford having I think it's Errol's a decent fighter. He's very strong, but I see Terence Crawford having a bigger advantage to me. The ring generalship, I think he's underestimated with boxing. I think he has a lot more options than Errol Spence in the ring. Do you? So, what do you see as a possible next fight for Terence Crawford? Okay, Amir Khan, that would be a good fight at 147 pounds. That is a great fight. And what are some of the other bouts you got coming up on top right? Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, the rematch. Yeah. Yeah, that is. That's stacked already. That's like four fighters I watch. Teofilio, he has my dad's first name, so he watches him religiously. So, yep. So, yeah, he's exciting to watch. So, he's very excited to have him in there. And then the Alvarez rematch. I picked Alvarez in the first fight to win by knockout. And I said he's going to win this fight by knockout. And I shocked the world, but I picked the knockout and I picked Alvarez to win. Yeah, that guy is crafty. Now going into the rematch, I mean, I know Kovalev's going to be a little bit more weary of it, but leery of that power and the boxing ability. But Alvarez is super talented. Oh wow, St. Paul. Woo, man, we stacked already. That's not even half the year. And you are how many man? ESPN is gonna put man, man, that's crazy. That is a lot of fights. I'm gonna over. That's not even half the year, and we already got like 30 fights set up. Right, it's only a quarter of the year. We already got like 30 great fights set up. So yeah. So Lomo, like, is he gonna move up or is he gonna stay at the weight? Oh, okay. All right. So I'm kind of thinking you got some possible opponents. Okay. Okay. So the winner of the Comey fight. Okay. All right. I see that happening. Well, I don't want to keep you all day. You have a great New Year, buddy. I appreciate it. All right. Happy New Year to you too. Bye bye. That was top ranked president and CEO Bob Arum. As he just gave you a list of 30 fights in a row that I'm going to be watching every single one of them. Those fights are going down, especially that Kovalev Alvarez rematch. Are you kidding me? See, I told you I had a special surprise for you guys. You mean to tell me you wouldn't watch Terence Crawford fight Amir Khan? That's not a good fight. Oh, that's a special Bears jersey. That's a very expensive, very unique Bears jersey. I'll show it to you. It's never been shown on film. This Bears jersey has never been shown on film. I'm waiting for the playoffs, but you get to see it now since you mentioned it. Ooh, sweet. You get to see it on film for the first time, not to be worn to the playoffs. Oh, yeah. It's official stitch, not stickers, stitch. Not to be worn to the playoffs. That's just dripping with sauce. And with this hat, oh my God, the world's greatest Bears hat. Right, American's very fast and very hard to beat. At 147 pounds, is going to be a different look for Terence Crawford. And I mean, y'all getting on him for fighting Amir Khan, but Errol is okay to fight Mikey Garcia, who's two weight classes under him. We pick our poisons, don't we? The Giants defense gets a turnover. Good. Somebody laid the wood on that wide receiver. That was Cooper, too. He got bent back. Boom. Shot in the back. That ball kept popping out. 72 laid the wood. Oh. Now, you guys just heard from Bob Arum, and he told you exactly what I've told you about Terence Crawford. Now, if anybody here who believes Errol is going to win and want to defend their case, remember, I wanted to see how many of you guys was on here. Now, I'm going to put the link in here under the One Crack News, because that's what I'm signed into right now. There's the link. You should be able to see it. Put a phone number in there. When you click the link in your message, put your phone number in there. I can call you, and that way you can explain on the phone. Oh, well, yeah, Tom Brady has just put on a show tonight. This was a smash in the mouth. The Jets is about to fire the coach. So Brady's destroying them. So it is what it is. Buffalo beating Miami just to mess up everybody's sheets. Carolina. That's why this week 16, we like to have the whole Super Bowl wrapped up by then. Because the last week of the season, everybody screws up and they ain't playing hard. Some teams are sitting their players, and it costs people a lot of Super Bowls. I would have more jury in my tank if it wasn't for that. Uh-oh, tackle. Click the link. There's the link. Can you see the link? The link is there. The link is in the description box. The link is also on the page. Matter of fact, let me get out of what I'm in right now and go back to the Casino for Life account. There you go. See it? Now you see it glowing. Hello from the Netherlands. No, that was a very good note. Well, you type your number in the message box. They have a message box over there. So we'll give people enough time if they want to talk. If not, then we'll move forward. I think Errol is exceptional when it comes to that. Yeah, I've been in that area. Hmm. Well, it's gonna take 57,000 years before they situate this. Uh, Top rank and Errol Spence. I mean, Terence Crawford has one of the richest deals in boxing. They want the fights right now. They're like, give us Danny Garcia, give us all these fights. Danny Garcia turned down a fight to fight Terence Crawford. Yeah, it's been like that for a long time. Okay, someone has called in. They sent the donation and they want to get in. Hello. BMO Brown, what's going on? What, what's going on? So, what is your take? So, you think Errol Spence could beat Terence Crawford? Yeah, of course. Like, first of all, who has Crawford? Better opposition than Errol Spence. So, who did Crawford beat that's better than Kell Brook? Who did he beat that's better than Kell Brook? That's up for debate. Exactly. That's up for debate. But I think he's fought more stellar competition than Errol Spence. You got to remember, Terence Crawford fight at 35 and 40. Errol has fought at 47 his entire career, and he hasn't fought anybody in that category. But okay, Terence Crawford beat Jeff Horn, who's undefeated, right? Okay, I mean, look at some of the tomato cans. He just fought a guy named Carlos Acampo. What do you think Terence Crawford would have done to him? That'd have been a tough fight at 147. And Spence didn't destroy him. The weight destroyed him. I mean, he rocked Errol Spence like 3 times in the fight. Of course, he gonna tell you weight wasn't the issue. We're watching the fight. We know the weight was the issue. His promoter said the weight was the issue. I mean, we all knew that. The body shots did. Why do you think they attacked the body so much? Because he had a hard time He had a hard time making the weight. Errol Spence, I know he goes to the body, but not like that. He was more relentless towards the body, and he said it in his interview. Yeah, we figured him making 147 for this fight, he was having trouble. That's why we decided to really press the body attack. You got to listen to his interview. Okay, Errol Spence said we knew he had problems making, yeah, that he was having trouble making 140, so we really pressed the body. Why you ain't mention what Errol said? Yeah, so Cal Brooks said something that you would agree with. You like Donald Trump. You like Trump. You gonna take something you like, take what you light off the plate, but you ain't gonna take what both people said. Yeah, it was weight drain. It was completely weight drain. Was Kell Brooks supposed to fight at 154 and not take this fight? No, 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 no. That's not the question. Was before this fight, was Kell Brooks supposed to vacate the belt and go to 154? Was that the original plan? He- yeah, that was his last fight at 47. He's fighting. But before that fight with Errol, he was advised by Eddie Hearn. They were looking to scout a fight at 154 pounds for Kell Brook. He was not going to fight at 147 pounds. They made a very lucrative offer. They made a very lucrative offer. They made a very lucrative offer to Kell Brook. They sweetened the pot. If he was to defend, they would put the title, he could defend it at home in his own hometown against Errol Spence and don't vacate the belt. Let him fight Errol for the belt. And I give Kell credit. Don't worry. He was a champion. He was the IBF champion. Yes. I didn't say he wasn't a 140. That's not what I said. I said he was going to vacate the title to go to 154, which telling you he's having a. Who has Crawford beat? The question is, who has Errol beat? That's the biggest question. He's been at one weight class his entire career. Oh my, Lamar Peterson, when he's dead, you want to dig him up out the grave and throw him in a ring against Errol Spence? And that's supposed to be somebody on the resume that's worth it? Oh my God. What are we talking about here? So we're going to do that. Who did he beat at this present time? Victor Postal. Victor Postal. Victor Postal is better than Lamont Peterson. Jose Benavidez Jr. right now is better than Lamont Peterson. Yes. Yep. I would take Jeff Horn right now over Lamont Peterson. There you go. Chris Algieri, who fought at 140, who basically can't box. We gonna make him a champion, and we gonna boost him up after he just got through getting waxed by 2 fight. Chris Algieri. You lost everybody with Chris Algieri. You lost the whole chat room when you said Chris Algieri. So you saying Chris Algieri is better than Jose Benavidez Jr. Even on one leg, Jose Benavidez Jr. will beat Chris Algieri. No! One was an undefeated world champion. That is very funny. He didn't last with Manny Pacquiao. He survived Manny Pacquiao. This is a guy who just started boxing. He was doing kickboxing for like half his career. Dude, are you kidding me? Okay, when Errol Spence fought Chris Algieri had lost 2 of his last 3 fights. The only win he got was over a guy named Eric Bone. No. Forget going to people, because I told you, you're comparing apples to oranges. You're comparing apples and oranges. They're in 2 different weight classes. So it's like you're comparing a 140 fighter to a 147-pound fighter. That's what I'm saying. You might as well eliminate it. Let's say, okay, in your estimation, dude, I'm gonna tell you right there, Chris Algieri has fought better competition than Errol Spence. So what does that really mean? No, I'm not. I'm making sense. If making sense is getting off the subject, then that's the case. Listen to who Chris Algieri has fought. He fought Manny Pacquiao, Ruslan Provodnikov, Amir Khan, Errol Spence Jr., including himself in it. He's fought harder competition than he has. That's who Algieri faced. No, I'm not. I'm saying he faced tougher opposition. He didn't beat Provodnikov, but let's go ahead. Yeah. No, I'm not. That was just put in there so he could fight Manny Pacquiao, because they didn't want Ruslan Provodnikov fighting Manny Pacquiao. So that's called business. that was a business decision. Okay. Let's move on to them 2 fighting each other. What would that fight look like? How could Errol Spence beat Terence Crawford? Please explain. Too light. You remember how at 135? Yeah, I remember that. You remember when Errol Spence got rocked in like 5 fights he didn't had already? He was almost knocked out at 147. That's why they've been giving him cupcakes. I know you don't. I know you don't remember any of it. Kell Brook hurt him 3 times in the fight, but I know you didn't see that either. Yeah, Errol Spence was drunk and the bell rung. Yeah, it's all true. Ask people in the chat. They know it. Ask people in the chat. Y'all don't remember when Errol Spence almost got knocked out? That is exactly true. He wobbled worse. He wobbled worse. He wobbled worse because Crawford didn't even wobble. He was just buzzed. I mean, yeah, he got buzzed. Yeah, he admitted that he got buzzed. Kell Brook hurt him. He got hurt in an ESPN fight. I saw it. The African dude. Yep, the African dude cracked Errol Spence and he was on Dream Street. He was wobbling all in the ring and the bell rung. Don't tell me. I saw it. I know he got a China chin. Made in China. He's from Texas, but it's made in China. And when he fights Errol Spence, I mean, when he fights Terence Crawford, we're gonna see. That's why your boy fight Mikey Garcia. That's why Mikey Garcia think he can win. Jeff Horn is 10 pounds bigger than Errol Spence. He's 10 pounds bigger than Errol Spence. What did his punches have effect on Jeff Horn? So did it mean he couldn't hit? Well, I'm just saying, Jeff Horn. So you telling me Jeff Horn and Benavidez Jr. are lesser opponents than Ocampo? Oh, he don't, right. So he shouldn't have been fighting Ocampo. So Mikey Garcia is better than Jeff Horn and Jose Benavidez Jr. 147 fighters. Mikey Garcia is better than them. Absolutely. Do you believe he do? You believe he do? Oh, no, 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 no. Don't get started there. What welterweight fight has Mikey Garcia held? What 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 welterweight fight did Mikey Garcia have? Does it matter? Did Amir Khan fight at 147? Yes. Did he fight at 54? Yes. Is that not an even fight? Is that not an even fight? Paulie Malignaggi, the guy who has brittle hands, who can't have no knockouts, no power, versus a guy who's moving up from 35. Isn't that not a safe fight for him to move up to? Mikey Garcia is moving up against a guy who's possible to be 154, who should be borderline 54. He's fighting a guy like that. He's not moving up fighting a small welterweight. What do you mean? What were we talking about, Kell Brook? About that? I told you Kell Brook was supposed to be at 54. He wasn't supposed to fight that fight. No, he has the frame for that. He's young enough to keep making the weight. But Errol Spence is not what you guys think. Errol Spence is not what you think. And I tell you, he's a great fighter. Don't get me wrong. He's great. He's got very good patience with his punches. He's got good defense. I won't say great, but he's chinny. And I know it. Yeah, that's what you're saying, but he's putting people out. Until I see him stop knocking people and stopping people, I can't say they light. You see what he did to Joe Horn? I would say Errol's light. Because they putting him in there with guys named Ocampo. What is you fighting him for? Why aren't you fighting Danny Garcia? Why ain't you fighting Sean Porter? Well, then let's see him fight Sean Porter then. I got Errol to beat him, but let's see it. You fighting these guys that's smaller than you. Why are you fighting these guys that's smaller than you for? No, 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 no. Terence Crawford wants the smoke. They don't want the smoke. They don't want the smoke. And Errol Spence is with PBC. And we can get past all that, like Terence said. No, no, no. No, Al don't want that. They don't want that. Believe me, they don't want no parts of Bud Crawford. They don't want no parts of it. Bob willing to put up the money. They not willing to put up the money for the fight. Bob like, look, I'm paying up the money. Hey, Bob is on record saying, look, we don't think they want that fight. And they don't. They smart. They smart. Staying away from Terence Crawford is a smart thing for Errol Spence Jr. Look, I'm not saying Errol is scared. Errol, I don't believe Errol is scared. I just don't think he's gonna win. If the fight ever takes place, he will not win that fight. He ain't got no dog in him like Terence. No, the last fight against Benavidez showed that Terence Crawford could be the guy once again who's bigger than him, who has longer reach, and he still took him out. Now listen, he's fighting challenges. Errol Spence is fighting mismatches. He's finna fight Mikey Garcia in a mismatch. He's finna fight a Campo in a mismatch. When is he gonna fight a match? That's what I want to know. Lamont Peterson in a mismatch. Come on, Lamont Peterson was in the grave. And y'all gonna act like he just beat a prime Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson was in the grave. They dug him up. Yes, at 147, you don't think that is? He got knocked out at 154, right? He would knock him out. He would knock him out. Okay, so what would Terence Crawford do to Mikey Garcia? Exactly, it'll be a good fight. But why you want to see him, Mikey Garcia, fight? Why you want to see Mikey Garcia fight Errol Spence? No, that would be a good fight because they were smaller than, but at 147, I don't want to see Mikey jump up 2 weight classes because I already know when they were at the lower weights, at the same weight, yeah, they should have fought. But Terence Crawford's style can go to 147. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Crawford versus Garcia would be a good fight. Why wouldn't Crawford versus Mikey or Spence? I'm confused. Why wouldn't Spence versus Garcia be a good fight? I already told you it wouldn't be. It's because of the weight classes. I don't want to see Mikey Garcia fighting at 147 when he's not supposed to. He's not big enough for 147. I given this explanation first. If you say Mikey Garcia's fight Sergey Lipnitz at 140, when he went and won, he fought one fight at 140 and won the belt and went back down. He struggled that fight. Sergey beat him up. He barely won that fight. He got a knockdown in the fight, but Sergey Lipnitz gave him the business, and he dropped down to 35 to go fight Robert Easter Jr. because he knew, hey man, 140 is rough. And he looked terrible. He did the same combination over and over trying to steal rounds, but he looked terrible because that guy is used to fighting at 140. He's not used to getting hit by guys that size. Now you're going to go to 47? No, you just said it would be a good fight. So you agree with me stylistically. I've already know that Mikey Garcia won't beat Terence Crawford in no fight. Period. They fought in the amateurs. And Mikey Garcia got dominated. He got blitzed. So I'm gonna tell you right now, if they fight in the pros, it should have fought at 35. When Terence was at 35, they should have made the fight happen. Terence Crawford, Mikey Garcia did not want to fight Terence Crawford. He left. He left Bob Arum. He stayed out of boxing for 2 years. That was on Mikey. So yeah, I would wanted to see the fight then, but now. No, I don't see it. It'd be a whitewash. No, I'm talking about, you don't listen. You're not listening. I said it would have been a good fight if they fought at the lower weights. But if they're fighting at 147, no. Terence Crawford will destroy him at 147. I don't think Mikey is full to take that fight at 147. He's not a welterweight to me. I don't think he could take it. He could, size-wise, he may be. I don't think he could take the punches at 147 like that he could at 135, where Terence can. I believe Terence can, and he's proven he can at 147. Now, that's the difference. He can't take it from Spence. Oh my God! So Spence is the boogeyman. Errol's the boogeyman. Oh my God! Yeah. And what happened? And what happened? What was he? So now let me say, Errol hits harder than Benavidez, right? Of course, he does. All right, I like it. Styles make fights. Styles makes fights, and that's why it's gonna pay me all. Please bet all your money on Errol Spence, so I can have the enjoyment of knowing you lost all your money. Bet. I'm gonna sit here and have the enjoyment of knowing you lost every penny betting against Terence Crawford. You never bet against Terence Crawford. I was there. I've seen Errol. I've seen what Errol done. I know everything that happened with AB. I know everything that happened with Floyd. But here's some you don't know. Floyd almost knocked Errol out. Last day of sparring. Yep. Got hit with an uppercut. Got hit with an uppercut. We couldn't even talk about it. Floyd almost knocked him out in the last day of sparring. But but look, in all fairness, look. In all fairness, he hurt Floyd earlier in camp. And Floyd kicked him out of camp. He hit Floyd with a shot and dazed Floyd in the ring. And Floyd ended up firing him. And when Errol Spence was in the back, he went to go pack up his bag. He was going to leave camp. Floyd fired him. Like, man, get the F out of, cussed him out. Yeah, he hit Floyd with a good shot and wobbled Floyd. And that's when Floyd had like that little mark on his eye. And he kicked Errol out and told him you fired. So Errol was going in their back. Okay, well, listen to what happened. He went in the back, he packing his bags up, and he getting ready to go. And everybody like, man, nah, don't do that. So he went back in there, and I believe it was for the Canelo fight. He went back in there and he talked to Errol and was like, man, my bad, man. But I heard them say time and this and that, and he apologized to Errol. He said, you ain't gotta go. Oh, no, you can stay. So they kept Errol around, and Errol was still his sparring partner. But they never sparred again. This was the last camp for Errol. And the last day, I think the last day of sparring with Errol, Floyd opened up because Errol was dominating him in the camp. Like Errol was having a success on him the entire camp when they was boxing. He was having a lot of success on Floyd. And then they wanted Floyd to turn it up. So they pushed Floyd to do it. And Floyd just turned up. And he finally, for the first time, he listened. And Floyd threw the uppercut and dazed Errol and had Errol bouncing on his feet. And everybody starts screaming in the gym like, yeah! Finally, he did it. He committed to throwing an uppercut. It was the only uppercut he thrown in training camp. Everybody was telling him, like, man, he opened for the uppercut, man. Just try that, shoot that uppercut, man. Just shoot it. And I believe that was for the Madonna fight. I think they sparred for the Madonna fight. But yeah, it was a Madonna fight. Yeah, you should ask Errol. Ask Errol if you get a chance. But nobody really talk about it. Nobody really talk about it. But yeah, he hurt Errol. He hurt Errol with an uppercut. Like the last day of camp. Yeah, yeah, we don't really discuss that. Yeah, he hurt Errol with an uppercut. Floyd did on the last day. That was the only day he really dominated Errol. It was that last day. He opened up, and that was the last day of sparring. And he opened up, but Errol dominated him doing the sparring. Well, I won't say dominate, but he had the most success, and he actually hurt Floyd with a shot. And then that's when Floyd had fired him, and then he calmed down and talked to him. Oh, AB got raped. AB got raped. Yeah, AB got raped. He couldn't do nothing with Errol because Errol don't go. Errol could cut the ring off on Errol, AB, and everything. And then I think this was training for the Madonna fight. And once he did that, and Errol hit him with a left, and he hit him with an uppercut. Boom! Errol, I mean, he hit him with like a right sweeping right hook and came with an uppercut, bang, and hit AB, and AB didn't get knocked out. AB was just dazed. And he was like, oh, hell no. AB took the headgear off, took the mouthpiece out, said, hell no. Oh, hell no. All right, Errol. And they had somebody, they stopped it. Like they were like, time. That's it. Go to the corner. He was, hell no, one more round. He was like, nah, that's it. No, hell no. So AB was pushing people. He was ready to fight. No, well, we gonna fight here or we gonna fight out on the street. But we finna finish this. No, no, he don't get to hit me like that. And then no, hell no. So Errol, AB, they had to hold him. No, get off me. Don't hold me. So they told Errol, get out the ring now. Errol, get out. Just get out the ring. He was, come on, Errol. Errol, like, for real? He's like, yeah, get out the ring, Errol. They like, AB, crazy. Just get out the ring. Just go to the back, take your stuff off. Just start taking it off. And that's it. You ain't finna spar no more. They never sparred again. They never sparred again. I was in Colorado Springs. That's where the Olympics train. That's where everybody trained there. So that's exactly what happened. They told him, get out the ring right now, go to the back, get all your stuff off. Because he's not, he's pissed. So yeah, AB was mad. AB was ready to fight. He was mad, but he knew he was gonna get hurt real bad. Yeah, it would be a great fight. I mean, I like Errol Spence, but I know he don't have the dog in him to beat Terence Crawford. He don't. Terence a dog him. Thurman versus Crawford. Yeah, that's a good fight. That is a good fight. Thurman problem is he's a power puncher. He's not good defensively. He can't take body punches. And Terence Crawford would stop that boy with body shots. Danny Garcia folded him up with a body shot. He couldn't stop Danny. He had an injury, dog. Danny Garcia hit him with a body shot. Yeah, Danny almost dropped that boy a couple of times with body shots. And Danny's not even a body puncher. I think Errol beats him. I think both him and Terence will beat Keith Thurman. I think the only person Keith Thurman will beat is Sean Porter. I think Errol will beat Sean Porter. I just want to see it happen. I'm like, I need to get Sean Porter out the way. Thurman versus Crawford is close. One time, the thing about him is he's not disciplined as a fighter. Once he got all the way up there, he won the title and started getting money, he got sloppy. He started getting married, running off, marrying some crazy chick, dating this girl, buying a house, eating up a storm, and then he got to cut off 20 pounds. Then he get injured because you're putting all this extra weight on yourself. You don't have the discipline for this. And it's going to show up in the fights. It's just a matter of time. And that's the thing with him. And it's always been his problem, is the lack of discipline now that he's gotten money. It's easy when you ain't got nothing. When you ain't got nothing, you can grind because you want something. Now you got everything. Now you got to keep it. And that's been his problem. He can't maintain the lifestyle. He want to go out, spend his money, have a good time, but he can't get back into fighting mode. He thinking, okay, when it's time for a training camp, then I'm gonna start turning it on. But no, you didn't put on 20 pounds. Now it's a little harder for the weight to come off. then you get injured. Now you hurting your hand, you're getting cramps in your arm, your shoulder thing, because you've been spending your time not being like a fighter.
So like AB.
Oh yeah, same problem, same problem. Lack of discipline. AB was all just making it on his own, and he was mostly, great entertainment out of the ring, but inside the ring at 35, he was destroying guys because he's so strong. He has a very strong left hook. That's the thing about Adrian. His right hand is strong, but not that strong. His left hook is devastatingly strong. He hits like a middleweight with the left hook. If you throw that left hook right, yeah, he can crack you. Yeah, he dropped Sean Porter with it. Sean Porter was woo, and that was in the 12th round. Hey, it's been great, man. Thanks. We're gonna have to do this again when these fights come up. All right, B-Mo. Take it easy. That's B-Mo. Like I said, if y'all want to talk, y'all want to defend Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, you want to call up, that's the link right there. Leave your phone number in the link. We'll call you up so you can come on here and defend your buddy. Defend Errol. Well, if you guys click the link, come in there and you want to talk basketball, we could do that too. I don't oppose basketball. Running with one hand on the ball. Oh, Anthony Miller hurt himself. That's not what the Bears need. They took him to the back to pop his shoulder in place. He popped his shoulder out of place. Take him to the back so they can pop it back in. Oh well, that happens. I know you guys heard a lot today. You had B More on the line. We had Bob Arum give you a whole rundown of all the top ranked fights going up into March, and these fights are already done. They're trying to get Amir Khan to fight Terence Crawford. The Kings are at the Lakers. It seems like everybody's at the Lakers, don't it? Don't seem like they even go on the road anymore. I wonder if LeBron's going to play tonight. Sorry about that. But we'll wrap this up because I don't think nobody else has jumped in. So I guess that's it. That's time. Thanks, you guys. And in case you guys got here late, about 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago, we had Bob Arum on the line. He was able to talk to you guys and talk boxing. So from that standpoint, we are out. We are done.